Hello everyone! In this week's video, I'm going to be designing some outfits for my male characters and dressing them up in Stitchy. A little over a month ago, I posted a video about the app Stitchy. If you don't know, Stitchy is a really neat app that lets you design your own clothes in whatever drawing software you want, and you can sell the designs to other users. It's kind of like you have your own dress-up game. Also, Stitchy is sponsoring this video, but all thoughts and opinions are my own. If you haven't seen my first video, I highly recommend you watch it because I will go over the basics of Stitchy and how to set up your shop and stuff. Also, there have been a lot of updates since I made my first video, so things might look kinda different. Back when I made my first video, there was only the female model and the chibi model, so I only made outfits for my girl OCs like Doris. Since then, I have added Annabelle, Faith, and Raylan, and also some other designs. I have a lot of fun designing outfits for Stitchy and also buying clothes in Stitchy and being a part of the community on there. It's a lot of fun. Anyways, a boy model has been added to Stitchy, so I'm going to create some of my male OCs like Chase and Brayson. So let's get started. I downloaded the male PSD file from the Stitchy item manager. Like I mentioned, if you want to learn more about all of the details for designing your own outfits, you can watch my first video. I turn off the different items that are on the different layers until I am left with just the base. So when I saw this base, I knew it would be tricky to make it look like my characters because the base is pretty different from how I draw my boys, especially when it comes to the head. I tried for a few seconds to make Chase's face fit the base head, but I knew that wouldn't work, so I started drawing my own head instead. That rhymed. Thankfully in Stitchy, there is now an option to have items make certain parts of the model not display. I can make Chase's head turn off the base model's head in the game so it will not appear, so that's really nice. The reason the default head doesn't work is because it's much closer to how I draw my girl heads or younger boy heads. They are kind of round and short, but for my mid-teen male characters, I make the head longer and a bit more narrow. Another difference is that I make my males about 7 heads tall, so when I draw the entire body, if I take the head length and stack it on top of each other, it equals 7 of the head length. The default base is equal to 6 of the heads, so I resized the head to make it smaller to make it 7 heads instead. To help me know I was making the body 7 heads tall, I measured the head and then placed a ton of lines until it equaled 7 heads, and then I resized it until the black lines were at kind of the bottom of the heel. And so yeah, that's what I did. I hope that makes sense. I'm not sure if it does. After I did that, I felt like the neck was a little too thin. I make my male character's necks thicker, so I decided to draw in a different neck. The downside to this is that my characters can't wear collared shirts designed for the default model because the neck won't line up correctly. But I felt like the base neck wasn't gonna work, so I really felt like I needed to change it. My boys will still be able to wear shirts that go down around the neck, like t-shirts and stuff like that, so that's good. I just can't wear anything that comes up around the neck. After I sketched everything, I cleaned things up and go in with the line art and coloring. One thing I played around with a lot was the skin tone. At first I made Chase his usual skin tone, but then I thought maybe I should make him the default skin tone so that the base model is easier to use with Chase's head. I didn't totally know how I was going to upload the head and the neck to Stitchy, so I kept changing the skin tone to match different things. Long story short, after a lot of thinking, in the end I make him his usual skin tone, and I sell his head and neck along with the body, so you get the entire Chase model when you buy him. That seemed like the best and most simple option compared to selling the head and the neck and then the body and all that stuff. When uploading Chase's body model to Stitchy, I'll set it as an undershirt layer. That way his model will go under the clothing and layer correctly. So after getting the hair and the head done, it is now time for the clothes. I'm going to make Chase 2 outfits. This first one is a tennis outfit because Chase plays tennis. We don't really get to see Chase play tennis or wearing a tennis uniform much in the comic because a lot of the comic takes place in late fall and winter when the school tennis season is over. So because we don't get to see him in a tennis outfit very much, I thought it'd be fun to see him in a tennis outfit and design one for him. I looked up a bunch of different clothes online to use as my reference. When drawing the clothes, I try to keep all of my layers organized. So like all of the shirt layers are in their own folder and all of the short layers are in their own folder. It can be very easy to get things mixed up, so staying organized is very helpful. Sometimes I'm not very good about keeping things organized, and it can be very confusing when trying to separate everything later. And here is the tennis outfit. Next is what I call Chase's party outfit. Because he wears this outfit in a recent chapter that includes a party. So one problem with my male characters having thicker necks than the base model is that my shirts won't completely work for the default male base. There will be small gaps on the sides because of the neck being thinner. However, if you do want to wear these shirts with the default base, I'm going to sell just the thicker neck for the default base, so that way my shirts can still work for the other base models. I'm only selling the neck in the first two skin tones because I don't know how to get the colors for the other skin tones. Once I do, I'll make the neck in the other colors. I really wish Stitchy would let you download the base in all of the different skin tone colors. That way we have access to all of the colors. And now we have the party outfit. Next I want to draw Brayson and make him some clothes. Oh, and here I'm trying to make the base match Brayson's skin tone. To do this, I use the hue, saturation, and luminosity effect layer to change the colors of the skin until they match. This can take a while to make look exact. I spent a good couple of minutes adjusting the colors of the base to make them match. Because I got everything in place with Chase, I can use him as the base and just draw over Brayson's features. So this part was pretty simple. Also, since I'm selling Brayson as the entire base, I don't have to worry about making things on different layers. Like the eyes don't need to be in their own folder and the mouth doesn't need to be in its own folder. I can just keep them all together, so that also makes things simpler. It wasn't weird seeing Chase stand like the default model, but Brayson is a little bit more aloof and not as energetic, so it's kind of funny seeing him stand with so much confidence and energy. I'm only going to draw one outfit for Brayson, and that is his party outfit. I used the same pants and shoes from Chase's outfit, so I only need to make the shirt, so that's nice. I had a lot of fun designing everyone's party outfit. A lot of times the characters in my next door neighbors have pretty simple outfits, but because the party chapters were kind of big and important and there was a party, I put a little bit more thought into the outfits and making everyone look kind of dressed up, and it was a lot of fun. Also, to change the colors of the jeans from black to blue, I made a new layer, clipped it to the pant layer, and then went over with a blue. I played around with the layer settings until it looks okay. So after drawing all of the different items, I wanted to make them available in different colors. Chase wears red and Brayson wears green, so I make Chase's items available in green and Brayson's items available in red, so that way there are kind of some more clothing options. I can easily change the colors by using the hue slider. A lot of people in Stitchy sell the same designs in different colors, which is really nice because then you can find things to match different outfits. And it's also kind of a nice way to fill your wardrobe with different clothing options without having to do a ton of work. So now that all the items are drawn, it is time to export them. Also, I found an easier way to do this than in my first video. In the first video, I would make the items their own canvas and save them like that. And then when I would upload them to Stitchy, I would need to move them around and get them into place. However, if you save the items in the original canvas size like this, because they are saved in their original spot on the canvas, when I upload the item into the Stitchy Item Manager, I won't need to move it around at all. It will be perfectly in place. This makes things so much easier. So now that my items are uploaded, let's go into Stitchy and do some dressing up. So now we are in Stitchy. I am recording on my phone, so we have the new layout. Some devices haven't been updated to the new layout yet, like my iPad hasn't had the layout changes. So depending on your device, things might look a little bit different. So now we're going to go to my wardrobe to dress up the boy model. I press this arrow to go to the boy model. And now that we are in my wardrobe, we can take a look at the different clothing items I added. So how about we dress up Chase first? So I'm going to start by getting rid of all the items I am currently wearing so it's easier to dress up the character. So we'll start by changing the model to the Chase model, and I put that in the undershirt category. So here we have Chase. And let's go find his hair. I added Brayson's hair and Chase's hair in different colors, so there's a little bit of variety if you kind of want to make the models kind of more your own and not look exactly like my characters. So I'll give him his normal usual hair for now. And next we'll give him some clothes. I think I'll have him wear his tennis outfit. So I'm going to find all of the tennis items. I've bought him some boy items, so I'll have to do a little bit of scrolling. I also added the shorts and the shirt in different colors so that Brayson also has a tennis outfit. Brayson doesn't play tennis, but you can make it look like he does. Oh, I also added a tennis racket. I put that in this area with the cat. It's like the special objects area, and so we can make him hold a tennis racket. So now that we've dressed up Chase, let's dress up Brayson. So I will basically just go through the same process of taking all of the items off and then re-putting items on that I want. And I think I'm going to make Brayson wear his party outfit. I have the jeans in 2 different colors like I mentioned earlier. I have them in blue and I have them in like a really dark gray or black. I'm going to have him wear the blue jeans because he wears blue jeans in that chapter. And for the tennis shoes, I added them in black, green, and red. I'm going to have him wear the black shoes just because they seem to go with the party outfit a bit more. Oh, he also needs his hair. So if you ever want to see Brayson with like blue hair, we can now see him with blue hair, or red hair, or Chase's hair. It's kind of funny seeing him with Chase's hair. But here's Brayson with his normal hair. And now we'll give him a background. Let's see. This background's kind of cool. I bought this from someone. So now that I'm done dressing up Brayson, I'm going to click done. And I will click save. So now that my outfit is saved, I can go back to this area and click display as my avatar. This will make it so the boy model will display in my main area. A lot of times after I dress up a character, I like to share my outfit with the rest of the community, so I click on snaps. I don't want to save as my profile picture right now, so I'm going to uncheck that. And now my picture is in the outfit of the day area. I can also choose to download my picture to share to my social media. So now Chase and Brayson are in Stitchy. I also plan to add Emmett sometime soon. I don't want to leave him out. Also, I'll be giving away these items as gifts. I can only give 10 away of each item. I'll have all of the gift links in the description. Also, my sister Reagan is on Stitchy, so if you want to see some of her stuff, you can check her out. So that's all for this video, but before we end, I want to say thank you so much to my lovely patrons over on Patreon. Thank you so much for helping support this channel and being a part of the Patreon community. And thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all next week in my next video. Bye!